गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स, टीम सुपर क्लस्टर में आपका स्वागत है। लेट मी स्टार्ट विद द सेल बायोलॉजी फॉर क्लास 10th। The branch of biology which deals with the study of cell is called as cytology. It is taken from two Greek words, kaitos means cella or cell, and logos means to study. So what is the literal meaning of cytology? To study cell. It is also called as cell biology. It includes structure, function, and other attributes. Of cell. So cytology or cell biology is the study of biology, study of cell biology. There are several eminent workers and scientists who worked on cell biology. Say for example, Robert Hooke is regarded as father of cell biology. C.P. Swanson is regarded as father of modern cell biology. A.K. Sharma is the famous Indian cell biologist. Cell was discovered in 1665 by Robert Hooke. With help of his own microscope. It was the simple microscope with magnification less than 300. See students, basically at 10th level you must be aware with the three different kind of microscope. Simple microscope, commonly called as magnifying glasses, having its magnification lesser than 300, and then another type of microscope is compound microscope, which you might be observed in your biology and other laboratory, and its magnification is 2000 times. And most advanced microscope in the globe, in the world, in biological world at present is electron microscope. An electron microscope was discovered in 1931 by Knoll and Ruska. Its magnification is up to 2 lakhs times. Two different kind of electron microscopes are there. Firstly, scanning electron microscope, and this scanning electron microscope used to study surface structure, outer surfaces of plasma membrane and subcellular submicroscopic structures. There is another one, transmission electron microscope, which is used for the study of internal structure of biological membranes and submicroscopic cell organelles, say ribosome and others. One very simple question was asked in biology Olympiad, that is, which of the following microscope can be employed or used to study cell in living condition? So it's none other than phase contrast microscope. So you might be aware of these things only. Now come back to Robert Hooke. Magnification of his microscope was nearly 300 times. Now the question arises कि where he observed cell. So he observed dead Karg cells. And Karg cells are suberized. It belongs to the plant. Quercus suber, commonly called as oak. See, according to binomial system of nomenclature which was given by Carolus Linnaeus, but the first time its concept was given by Gaspard Bain. So according to Carolus Linnaeus, every living organism must have two names. First name is generic name or genus, and second name is species. One very simple question: why genus start with capital letter and species with the small letter? So it's quite simple. Since genus is noun, so that's why I always start with capital letter. Species is adjective and start with a small letter. And according to International Code of Biological Nomenclature, Botanical Nomenclature, see, both must be separately underlined or must be printed in italics. And one very simple question Olympiad में पूछा गया है कि if generic and specific names are exactly same, it should be called as tautonyms. Ratus, ratus, katla, katla, nazas, naza. Tautonym is permitted in zoological nomenclature but not permitted in International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. In plant biology, you will get one very simple example: populus, commonly called as poplar, and poplar is used for making plywood and some other utensils. So remember, Robert Hooke in 1665 discovered dead Karg cells in the Quercus suber, and wood of oak is used for making barrels, and in these barrels aging of wines is carried out. Now he observed cell wall, that is dead cells. He published his photographs in his book Micrographia. Also coined the term cell. One question: if Robert Hooke observed dead corpses, then who for the first time got credit to study living cell? So it was great microbiologist Antony van Leeuwenhoek. In the year 1674, Antony van Leeuwenhoek, commonly called as father of bacteriology. he observed living cell, and living cell means any cell which multiplies, which performs all the vital processes within it. Actually, he discovered microorganism. And what are the microorganism? Microorganism are organism smaller than 100 micrometer. Another question, so where Antony van Leeuwenhoek observed living cell, and what name was given by him? So he called it as animalcule, and observed in rainwater. This question was asked in civil services also, ki where living cell was first time observed. So it was observed in rainwater, then pond water, then curd. You might be aware curd contains lactobacilli that makes lactic acid. Then later on animalcule. Was named as bacteria by Ehrenberg. So he called animalcule as bacteria. So in this way, living cell was discovered in the year 1674. See, remember one more thing. Antony van Leeuwenhoek is regarded as father of bacteriology, whereas Louis Pasteur is called as father of microbiology. Louis Pasteur was the great scientist. He is known for swan neck experiment. He is known for germ theory of disease, and according to Louis Pasteur, diseases occurs due to hidden microorganism, but he was unable to prove it practically. Actually, germ theory of disease was given by, if question asked in this way, your answer must be Louis Pasteur. But if question asked as who for the first time practically proved germ theory of disease, so it was Robert Koch. While working on anthrax disease of cattle caused by Bacillus anthracis, Koch laid down certain findings or rules commonly called as Koch postulates. There are 4 postulates. Number 1, each and every disease must be associated with specific causal organism or pathogen. Number 2, pathogen can be isolated and cultured in vitro, means lab. Thirdly, if cultured pathogen injected into healthy person, same symptom will appear. And finally, the same pathogen can be re-isolated. But unfortunately at that time, virus were not discovered. And what are the virus? Viruses are nucleoprotein particles. They are the connecting link between non-living and living. So you know viruses are obligate intracellular parasite. They shows living character only within the living cell. So viruses doesn't follow the second postulate. And as far as retroviruses are concerned, they doesn't follow even third. Because say for example in AIDS, particularly in case of AIDS, AIDS is not a disease but it's a disorder of immune system. So symptoms may vary in diseased. Okay. So living cell was first time observed by Leeuwenhoek. Next one, how many type of cell? Cell type. So based on nucleus. Based on nucleus and It was given by Dougherty. Two type of cell. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic. As the name itself suggests, pro means prior. So karyon matlab nucleus. So before evolution of nucleus. So prokaryotic cell means primitive cell and no well defined nucleus. No membrane bound nucleus. And eukaryote, U means true. True nucleus present. Another question arises when these cells were evolved. So, prokaryote evolved about 3.7 billion years ago, and eukaryote evolved about 1.5 billion years ago. So, based on nucleus, Dougherty classified two type of cells: prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell. Now, prokaryotic cell doesn't contain true nucleus. In prokaryotic cell, genetic material is present in nucleoid region. It's a dense cytoplasmic region. While in eukaryotic cell, true nucleus is present, and nucleus is a repository for genetic material. DNA is contained within nucleus. As far as evolution is concerned, so prokaryote means primitive cell evolved about 3.7 billion years ago in primitive ocean, whereas eukaryotic cell is advanced. And according to endosymbiotic theory, which was given by Merezkowski and supported by Margulis, eukaryote evolved in primitive ocean about 1.5 billion years ago. And as far as examples are concerned, so prokaryotic cells के examples हैं Archaebacteria or extremophiles, Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are also called as blue-green algae, and blue-green algae are used as biofertilizer in paddy crop. Question arises, if blue-green algae are able to fix atmospheric nitrogen, then why they are used only in paddy crop? Why not in pulses? Why not in pulses? Why not in other crops? So very simple, blue-green algae are aquatic in nature, they need plenty of water, and we know paddy is the crop in which you can add as much as water, right? So that's why it is used only in paddy crop. It's a very important question starting from Olympiad up to IES and civil services. Okay, for eukaryotes, animals, plants and fungi, they all are eukaryotes. Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria are prokaryotes. Animal, plants and fungi are eukaryote. Come to another mesokaryotic cell. According to Dawes, there is a connecting link between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, that is mesokaryotic cell. Its example, dinoflagellates, two very important questions were asked in different competitive exams with respect to dinoflagellates. Firstly, red tide. What is a red tide? That is in the water of intertidal region becomes red due to excessive growth of dinoflagellates, say Gymnodinium and Gonia lux. And these dinoflagellate contains a reddish pigment hematochrome. So this hematochrome actually imparts red color to the sea. See, there are several related questions. Students, you must be aware. Firstly, if सवाल पूछा जाए, Red Sea is red due to, so your answer must be Red Sea is red due to blue-green alga Trichodesmium erythrae, but the alga contains hematochrome pigment. Secondly, red snow becomes red due to green alga Chlamydomonas nivalis, Hematococcus nivalis. Again, they produces thick-walled, non-motile hypnospore in extreme low temperature, and that hypnospore contains again hematochrome pigment. Then अगर क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए red tide, so red tide is due to dinoflagellates. Another question, red rust of tea and coffee is due to green alga Cephaloras virescens, Cephaloras parasitica. Last but not least, there is another question, red rot of sugarcane. You might have observed in when you have taken the sugar juice. So that cane sugar contains red strip. So that is called as red rust of sugarcane, red rot of sugarcane. So red rot of sugarcane occurs due to Coleotrichum falcatum. It's a fungi. Okay. So these questions are very important in my opinion, and you must be aware. Second, self is poisoning. Self is poisoning. See, these dinoflagellate contains neurotoxin, very fast death factor and fast death factor. And these cell feces, they can accumulate the neurotoxin, but when cell feces were consumed by human being, this toxin, very fast death factor and fast death factor, they immediately blocks neuromuscular junctions and death takes place. So that's why at the time of red tide, consumption of cell feces must be avoided. If in your area, in coastal area, red tide is there, don't take sea feces. Okay. Now, smallest cell. Firstly, smallest cell. So, smallest cell is Mycoplasma, lead lavi. Another species there, Mycoplasma gallisepticum, commonly called as PPLO, that is pleuropneumonia like organism, also called as joker of plant kingdom. Due to lack of cell wall, Mycoplasma moves with the help of pseudopodia like structure, and they are the causal organism for several diseases in plant as well as animal. This is very important question. Mycoplasma are causal agents for several diseases in plants as well as animal. Say for example, little leaf of brinjal, little leaf of brinjal and aster yellows. Another disease, witch's broom. So all these diseases are due to Mycoplasma, and since mycoplasma doesn't contain cell wall, so that's why mycoplasma is insensitive to penicillin. Insensitive to penicillin. Now, largest cell. In case of animal, ostrich egg. It's a 17, its dimension is 17 centimeter, wide 13 centimeter, 13.5, and there is yellow portion and white portion. This is called as egg protein, egg albumin. Egg albumin, and this one yolk sac. Now yolk sac, bachcho remember, egg yellow contains cholesterol. Cholesterol is essential for the stability of biological membrane. But after the age of 40s, if you are taking more cholesterol, it will get deposited to the inner lining or wall of arteries. That is the root cause of high blood pressure and arteriosclerosis. So your heart, which produces the sound of lub dub, so it will produce dub dub dub. Heart आपका डब्बा हो जाएगा, डेथ हो सकती है. इसलिए we must curtail egg yellow after 40s. So amongst animal, the largest cell is ostrich egg, and plant acetabularia. Acetabularia. Then comes longest cell. Again, longest animal cell or longest plant cell. Longest animal cell, you will study nerve cell, up to 90 centimeter long, and plant ramifiber. And these fibers are 55 centimeter long. These fibers are longest, toughest, and most durable. Students, remember, plant fibers are lignified, but cotton is cellulosic fiber. Most of the plant fibers are lignified except cotton, which is cellulosic in nature. Two different kind of fibers are there in case of cotton, lint and fuzz. L for lint, L for long. So lint fibers are longer as compared to fuzz. Okay, thank you. Next time आगे कंटिन्यू करेंगे.